And that minefield coming in handy and holding off those zealots there. He does not have that much in the middle there. So things looking a little bit bad for Flash here. And oh my gosh, 4 Stargates. 4 Stargates pumping, and possibly 3 more in his main base. Pumping, I'm not sure what. Arbiters, I haven't seen any fleet beacon, so I have to assume that there's going to be 7 Arbiters coming out here pretty soon. This is absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane. And he's got a ton of gateways too, so he's definitely invested in gateways. And Flash has not been able to clear out of his main base. He's lost his armories. Flash, it looks like Flash is going to lose this game at this rate because now Bisu has a superior number of bases. Flash is trying to rebuild and he's being stopped from rebuilding his bases. And well, that was weird. I think no, never mind. I thought my power went out, but it was just my screen went to sleep because I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, things looking very, very bad for Flash here. If anyone can come back from this, it is Flash, though. I mean, he looked like he was basically dead with 1.5 bases versus Savior, and then somehow randomly, miraculously came out with some crazy elite science vessel skills and owned him. What is gonna... They are carriers, so somehow they haven't shown me the fleet beacon. Okay, so Bisu has carriers now, and you know what would be really awesome would be to see a carrier recall. That would be sweet. But, okay, and Flash trying to rebuild his base over here. Another recall coming in. The Arbiter does go down. I don't think Flash has quite enough in the back of his base right now. Never mind. I guess those Zealots took too much from the splash at the very beginning from those tanks, and so they were damaged more than I expected. So those Vultures did go down fairly quickly. Bisu massing carriers now. Okay, that would have been pretty silly to have 7 Arbiters, pumping Arbiters out of 7 Stargate. Flash is going to have to do something here. Flash is going to have to do something. He's only 1 base behind at this point now. But unless maybe those SCVs are running somewhere, maybe he rebuilt his 6 o'clock base, but it doesn't look like it on the minimap. We'll have to see here. Anyways, so Flash looks to be moving out here. Maybe he sees those carriers. He might be trying for some sort of a timing attack here to try and take Bisu out when sacrificing the science vessel to try and EP that Arbiter. I think that's a pretty smart move because I think an Arbiter is probably more dangerous than a science vessel is. Flash definitely moving out here. Bisu with not many forces on the ground. Those carriers are not full of interceptors yet. He does not have a lot of interceptors here, and we have seen that that Flash is able to... Oh, no. Oh, the recall does go through. Bisu able to squeeze a few forces out from behind, so he's going to try and finish off these forces of Flash, so that way he can come in from the behind of Flash's forces and kind of flank him there in the middle, but in the meantime, Flash just has too many forces here, and beautiful, oh my god, 6 carriers coming out here, possibly 7, running out of there, and those carriers, if Flash has not been able to kill them yet, and they're probably getting full of interceptors, a ton of interceptors here, and Flash does not quite have enough Goliaths, I don't think. Wow, cloaked interceptors, hardcore. And yeah, Flash does not have enough. He's able to take out that Nexus, so he's even things up economically at this point. And oh man, like I said, Flash, I've said this before, Flash has insane macro. He is going to have to use his entire macro right here, all of his skills, to try and macro enough Goliaths to get out, to take on these carriers, because Jesus Christ, 6 carriers coming out at the same time. This is absolutely insane. Flash is got to do something quick because those carriers are in his main, and like I said, this is a good map for carriers. There's a lot of ridges, and as you can see there, Bisu's in a spot where he can attack Flash's main base and then retreat to his own base. Back there, Flash going in with several, and he was trying to move out with those forces there and crush Bisu before those carriers came into effect, but I think he was just a little bit too late. And now Bisu is just going to be able to run his carriers around. As you can see, the Flash coming in, trying to pincher Bisu's carriers, though. He EMPs all the shields off of them. Brilliant move by Flash using that EMP, though. All those carriers now basically half of their ability to take hits, half their hit points there. Nice stasis field going off, almost blocking that off. It looks like Flash may not be able to get his Goliaths in there. Beautiful move by Bisu there, stasising at just the perfect point, so that's going to be able to protect. But Flash was trying to pincher those carriers, basically, bringing in Goliaths from his main base and then bringing Goliaths out in the middle as well. Absolutely insane play. More stasis field going down there. Wow, that was a hero arbiter. Saved Bisu from getting his arbiters destroyed, his carriers destroyed rather, and creating blockades there, and that stasis field. He's got to watch out if those forces are underneath those carriers when the stasis field goes off, but okay, it looks like he stasis filled one of his own interceptors, so that interceptor is gonna wake up to his own death there in just a minute. Flash somehow, through all of this, has managed to get all of his bases back up again, which is absolutely insane, absolutely crazy. That minefield, it has a little gap in it now, and Bisu trying to make use of that gap in the minefield, running Zealots in here. I don't think those few Zealots are going to be able to do a lot of good, though. As you can see, Flash's ground army coming in from that angle, so they are not going to be able to accomplish a whole lot now. But now the carrier is coming in to back up, so that's going to tip the tide back towards Bisu as far as this battle goes. But as you can see, Flash's Goliath army now coming in from the south, and we have seen many times that Flash's Goliaths are just absolutely insane against carriers. Flash's Goliaths can take care of carriers better than anyone else is playing the game right now. But Bisu in a perfect spot there. He's got that ridge. If he backs off just a little bit, those Goliaths cannot hit the carriers. He went in a little bit too close there, though, and one of the carriers gets taken out. Flash just massing Goliaths there and just absolutely owning the interceptors. More carriers coming out. Bisu has a ton of carriers now, but Flash just absolutely obliterating his interceptor count. So those carriers are not at full strength at the moment, but at this point it doesn't matter too much if he picks off some interceptors because of the fact that he's just got so many carriers. It's, you know, figure eight interceptors per carrier, and he's got, how many carriers does he have now? It looks like, it's hard to tell, he's probably got a good 10 carriers there, at least. So, you know, we're looking at 80 interceptors, so if he picks off 10, 15, 20 in a battle there, it's not going to be too much skin off his back. And now, Bisu getting his carriers caught, though. Bisu's carriers in Flash's main base. They're a little bit vulnerable. Bisu, oh my gosh, Flash is going to be able to close in with his Goliaths on both sides. Goliath's coming back into his main base. He's going to be able to pick off those carriers. They've got nowhere to run to. He can try and run to the left, but that's where Flash's other group of Goliaths are. Those carriers are going to get destroyed. They're just fighting for their lives right now, trying to pick off those Goliaths before they die themselves. 2 carriers have gone down. Bisu GG's! Oh my god, Bisu, realizing his carriers are caught. GG's, he types out, and Flash has overcome Bisu. Oh my gosh, Flash, who was criticized for doing cheese builds and not being able to beat Bisu straight up. Flash, who was beaten by Bisu in the 3rd place match of the OSL of the previous season. Flash has beaten Bisu in straight up games 3 times in a row now to take out Bisu, one of the greatest StarCraft players ever to have played. And Flash looking very, 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 very happy here. And he flippin' deserves it. He flippin' deserves it. That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. And I honestly couldn't believe that Bisu let his carriers get trapped like that. But when he did, he knew that was it, because basically Flash was going to go in there and just own those carriers. And that was a few thousand minerals and gas right there. That was just going to get destroyed, and Bisu had invested so much in those carriers, he didn't have anything else on the ground, and Flash's macro was just far too much for Bisu to handle. Bisu looking pretty disappointed there. Absolutely insane set. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe it. That was such a crazy set. Oh man, that was insane. Okay, in case you guys didn't realize it yet, I am amazed by that set. Just in case the last like 3 minutes of ranting didn't clue you into that. So, Flash is going to go on to the finals. Flash is going to be going on to the finals. I believe that this is the first time. Yeah, this is the first time Flash has gone to a Star League finals, other than of course GSI. But that's kind of a different story. But Flash becoming a pretty dominant player. Flash dominating a lot of people here, dominating some of the top players in the game. You know, beating Jaedong 2 out of 3 sets, beating Bisu now. But he's going to have to go up against Stork and GSI, and he's going to... Stork and Luxury are in the other semifinal for this OSL. So either one of those two could be a problem for him in the final, in particular Stork, if Stork beats Luxury. So you're not quite out of the woods yet, Flash, but damn good show, sir. Damn good show indeed, and the best of luck to you. And that was totally awesome set. I hope you guys again enjoyed that as much as I did, because that would mean that you absolutely had a great time watching those games. So thank you guys for listening, and yeah, wow, that was just I don't even know what else to say. All right, yeah. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
예, 전체 판을 김태경 선수가 짜온 것과 그리고 그 장기전 펼쳐가면서 캐리어 모은 거라든지 아비터와 함께 펼쳐진 전투들 등등 그 모든 것을 종합했을 때 그 정도 싸웠을 때 김태경을 이겼을 테란 흔치 않습니다. 정말 이영호니까 이긴 거예요. 예.
이영호 선수가 18개월 만에 그러니까 1년 8개월 만에 약 20개월 만에 다시 한번 스타리그 결승전 무대에 올랐고 스타리그에서 Pt3는 결승전 몇번 가지고 못했습니다만 가속 궁금한 데로 왔어요.
또 스타리그 최연소 결승 진출 기록을 또 4년 만에 하나 치웠고요.
그렇습니다.